Live and welcome to the stream. Now, I first want to say this. I'm a fan of Drake, and I'm also a fan of Eminem. And, I like somewhat what Funkmaster Flex talks about. Now, we're going to be talking about this whole situation between them, but I'm going to play you guys this clip of Funk just airing out Drake and talking about all the different situations that has happened. And he talks about why Drake is upset at him. So I'm going to play you guys this real quick. I'm going to start this up. Give me 1 second. And voila.
Yes. I hope I got the festivities right. I don't even know if that's the right word. But when did this happen? Was it Thursday night? So I think New York City, because I want to get everything right. I think Complex.
I told him follow Funk Flex and then I'll come and do your show. Plus me and Kanye, we just left out the studio. My first night in the garden, I'm feeling like D-Roll.
Got it. Okay. So now I understand. So he said when you fire, not if, but when. Okay. So I want to touch on this a little bit. So I know that him and Ebro had a lax, joking conversation about maybe the Joe Budden situation and about if Eminem was to step into it. But Drake is saying he didn't say that, just like he didn't say the stuff with that magazine about Hove, right? Okay, I just want to make sure that that's what happened. All right. Now, in his being terrified of possibly Eminem taking him serious and firing on him, I don't know if that panicked him. But let me tell you something, New York. He not only told Ebro that if you fire Funk Flex or when you fire Funk Flex, he also said that to TT Torres. He said that to a few people at the station. And I want to clarify something. People think he's talking about radio show. He's talking about concerts. I want to be specific. So what this guy thinks is him offering the radio station that I work at the opportunity to do concerts and make a few millions or a couple millions of dollars. He will think about it if I don't work here anymore. I just want to make sure I'm clearing this up for you, New York. Now, first of all, Bozo, sorry. First of all, he's in town tonight, right? He's in town. I want to tell you something. First of all, Drake, I'm not really worried about you making me lose my job. You want me to tell you why? 70% of your fans wear high heels. The other 30% are guys who wear sandals. I'm not concerned about you, bro. I'm just not concerned. I'm sorry. Okay, that's number one. I got a new sound I'm working with tonight, too.
Ooh.
Drake, you wouldn't know what that sound is. You ain't close enough to the street to know what that sound is. All right. So, in that process, New York, so he has thrown that out there. I guess they're trying to get me out the building. I don't know why, but you know what? I know why. So, I voiced my opinion. Was it last year? I don't know. Was it last year? Last year I voiced my opinion about the Meek situation, the reference tracks, and everything else. Just like other people have their opinion, but I have a strong opinion about that. And I want to tell you why there's a strong opinion on that, because I have another story to tell. Sports, music, freestyling, I don't know, whatever you want to say. The rap game, I don't know if you notice, but everything is built on top 5. And that's being in the top 5. I should know, because I'm in the top 5. So I know what the top 5 feels like. And I'm still in it. Moving right along. Wait a minute.
Ooh.
Okay, so we are not concerned with with the reference tracks, we're not concerned with. He's a great entertainer. He makes great music, and he sells a lot of music. And we can never take that away from him. We shouldn't. You know what I mean? I am a very big fan of his music. I think he makes great music. He puts on great shows, and there's nothing wrong with that. And I want to explain to you about something. I know that in the game today it's a little different, and it's cool that, you know, you don't base a lot of your things on lyrics and writing lyrics, or if you write them or not. And in actuality, to be an entertainer, successful, and to sell music, it doesn't matter. But in the top 5, it matters. And the top 5 is a very important category. And it's a very important category he's trying to hold on to, which is why he's going this far with everything. So, to explain that to you better, you have a lot of artists right now. You have Kendrick Lamar, you have J. Cole, you have a lot of lyricists, right? If you have help on your music and on your bars to compete for that top 5 movement, that is an issue. To me, it's not an issue whether I want to buy a ticket to his concert. I'll always buy a ticket to his concert. I'll always want to go. Listen to his records? Absolutely. Dance to him, play him in the club? Absolutely. We are talking top 5. And that's where the problem comes in. Now, I want to go back to the Meek situation a little bit, because I'm going to tell you why he wants me fired. So, I know no one has really wondered why the reference tracks even came about. So, I'm going to paint a picture for you. He's asked to do a guest appearance on Meek's album, right? Okay. He does the verse. But in listening to the verse, everybody's wondering in Meek's camp if he's going at him. You know, or are you subliming me on my own song? Okay? That's what's wondered. I mean, you know, there's little references in there, right? Like to kind of like it could be talking about Nicki, he couldn't, right? Now, New York, Jersey, Connecticut, you listen to the story and you listen to it good. Okay? So, in doing that, he then gets pressed like a hashtag on the verse. This is before we hear anything or see anything. And I'm going to say his people that aren't his people anymore. At the time, they were his people. All right? So, he lays the verse on the song. He gets pressed and questioned, his team. They punk panic and give up the reference track to say, whoa, he didn't write it.
All right, so I'm going to pause that and I'm going to explain what he just said to you guys, because like some people out there may not understand. Now, for that sample, he was talking about when Drake laid the verse for Rico on Meek Mill's album last year. Now, they were both on that song, right? But the thing is, Quentin Miller wrote that verse. Now, there was a part on that verse where Drake, or aka Quentin Miller, says, "The girl of your dreams is not a problem," or something like that. Now, Meek thought Drake was talking about Nicki, so he's like, whoa, you said that? So then what Flex is saying is Drake's team then gave him the reference tracks to save Drake's ass because he was about to get beat up by Meek. But I'm going to continue to play that so you guys can listen, but I just wanted to elaborate on that so that way you guys understand.
Sky wrote it. That's how that came about. And you know I know that story, punk. Now, in the panic mode, because you don't want to get pressed, you don't want it to step to you, that reference tracks floats up. But then, that same dude has a few more. Now it's out of control. So in reality, you coughed up the reference track to not get pressed. Then everyone goes, whoa, wait a minute. This guy's not writing. Once again, New York, I want to tell you about writing. It's okay if you don't write. If you're an artist or a singer, it's fine. There's nothing wrong with that, man. Good music is good music. Good entertainment is good entertainment. But to be in that top 5 is a different thing. Okay, now, he knows I knows that story. He's real tight. He's wondering when I'm going to tell it. All right, you want to push me? We're going to tell stories. So, I got another story, too, about that BlackBerry. Give me a second, though. Just give me a second. Okay. So, I'm gonna tell you in a second who I got the information from. Cause you know where I got it from. Cause you know that team that you was working with. You don't work with them no more. Cause you got tight. You got tight cause I got that music. You got tight cause they offered that up to. And to be honest, they really offered that up to save you cause you was getting ready to get manhandled. Speaking of manhandled, or you want another story? Because you know what people forget? I run a website. A lot of things come across our desk and we real cool about it. We for the culture. Now, you remember when you got pressed by Puff, right? You remember when Puff put hands on you with no one else around and you was wearing that sling on your arm, trying to act like you was duking it up? Let me tell you why you was wearing that sling, bozo. You was wearing that sling because when Puff started wearing you out, the security guard panicked, yanked your arm almost out the socket and put you in that SUV. Do you remember that, bozo?
I love those bones, man.
Good evening. Don't you ever listen to me, because I got more stories to tell, because I didn't get to the BlackBerry yet. Don't you come to my city try to play me. You know why? You ain't strong enough to get me fired. There ain't no rapper in this city strong enough to get me fired. Because this goes back to something I always told you, New York. You keep yourself hot. You keep your ear to the street. You grind. Nobody can take that from you. You the biggest rapper in the world, and you can't get me off this station. I don't know.
Yo, he's heated right now.
The border. And at your concert tonight, look around that crowd. Look at it. Keep looking at that crowd. When you go to that after party, look at that crowd. 70% high heels. The other 30% are men with sandals. I want you to look. Oh, and I know you haven't mentioned this yet, so let me mention it. Drizzy, you see Jay went at you because you were talking slick about you are Jay-Z. We're not Jay-Z, boy. But I already told you that a few weeks ago. But I'm going to tell you something that you're trying to not acknowledge. Future's on that hook of that Jay-Z record. I know what they probably told you. Nah, I didn't hear the verse. And I want to tell you something, Drizzy. Tonight when Future comes out on that stage, you're going to give him that bag of money. You know why? Because you need him to be street. You need him on that tour. You need him to balance out the 70% heels and the 30% sandals that the men are wearing. But I'm going to tell you what hurts your heart. You know Future's on the hook of that Jay-Z record. Khaled screaming. And Khaled been keeping me
Hey, I just want to ask one question. Who got their sandals on?
off for you for 6 months, my brother. Khaled has been keeping me off of you.
Oh.
I mean, this is what he wanted, right? You think they're gonna fire me now? Huh, Sandal Man? Yeah, is that what they're gonna call him, Sandal Man? Sandals. He looked like he should just always wear sandals. He looks like he should have a brand of sandals, right? Sandals. You look like he should be wearing. He doesn't look like he should always wear sandals. He wasn't in French. He had sandals on. I didn't even know. Yo, listen. I don't care how. Listen, I know French Montana's hot. That doesn't help you, bro. All right. You wanna get rid of me? I mean, Buttons is out here. You know, he's talking to you. I don't know if you noticed that. Now let me tell a story about that BlackBerry. Okay, bingo. Tell you a story, New York.
Zane Lowe.
Zane Lowe. Okay, I want to make sure I got all this right. Let me take this who shot you back to the beginning. All right. So, another story. Which I don't understand why this is happening, but it's happening. Top 97 Funk Flex. I'm gonna tell you about that freestyle. Because I want to make sure we get. I've never commented on that freestyle. I've never talked about it in New York. I never have. But a lot of it came into play as I figured it out. Okay. I don't remember if it was Drake and his people or some of his peoples, but they came to Hot 97. I think it was during. I hear something. Okay. I think it was during. Okay, we're good. They came to the station the day I did that freestyle. And I want to tell you something, New York. In actuality, right? They didn't think that I was going to move with them. They was actually coming to see DJ Clue. But Clue didn't work here anymore. So, I was respectful to Clue. And I said, nah, y'all go down there. Because I know y'all don't remember that day, New York. Drake was on both of our shows that night. And I said, nah, I'm good. You go down there first. Because me being the competitive guy that I am, I'm going to, make sure I try to do a better show when he comes over here. He didn't freestyle down there. And I told him, I said, look, go down there. They're not going to let you freestyle. You come back here, we're going to tear the city down. Okay. So he comes. Now listen, I don't want to take anything from him. He was very confident.
Hey, shout out to DJ Academics.
That freestyle, we rehearsed it first in this room. I played me, him, and her. He had the BlackBerry out. We were in the other room over here. So I was playing the beat, and I could hear the words he was using. Then I said to him, look, if the needle jump, or if you make a mistake, don't worry about it. It's gonna sound fly because we're gonna keep going, and you just come back in. Because he said, "You sure?" I said, "I'm sure." But listen, calm. The guy was calm. Guy handled his business. Now we start doing the freestyle. I had no idea he was gonna leave the BlackBerry out. So I was like, okay, it's cool. Cypher Sounds was recording it, just to record it, and to be honest, I think Cypher just had the camera that day. He was real playful with it. We didn't even know Drake was coming up. He wasn't like, he was an underground rapper at the time. Boom. He does the freestyle, it's popping, whatever we do, what we do. A few weeks later, because this guy likes to say there's lies, right? So I want to give you everything. So he was on Zane Lowe's interview. He said he had to do the freestyle for Funk Flex. He had to make it happen. And he did not know the video was coming out. That's what he said, right? Okay. This guy and his people continue to call Cypher Sounds' phone. Can you put the freestyle out? Can you put the freestyle out? Can you put the video out? And Cypher came to me. I said, nah, bro, we're not putting the video out. That's going to make him look bad. It's not a big deal. Let's just go with the audio. And video wasn't a big deal at the time. Him and his people keep calling and keep asking. Days go by, weeks go by. I put the video out. Cypher just keeps head beating. Cypher, then do what you want to do. Put the video out. They help circulate the video. I'm wondering, why would they put that out? Because you told Zane Lowe you didn't know the video was coming out, and you calling a lot of people liars. Okay. Video comes out, everybody jokes on him on it, but everyone says, yo, but he got bars. And I'm going to tell you why you told Zane Lowe that. Because I called some people next to you, and I told them, I know what you did that day with making me put the video out. You wanted people to think that you write your bars. You wanted people to think that on that BlackBerry, those were yours, and that you wrote that. And you wanted to solidify that because you knew this day was coming one day when people might see or question your pen. Now, bruh, I see through you. And that's why you so angry. You cannot get me off this box. But I'm going to tell you what's hurting your heart and what's killing you. What you should have just done, bruh, when the reference tracks came out, because let me tell you something, that ain't just somebody writing for you. That's not, you are studying a reference track, okay? That's what you're doing. And I'm going to tell you about your man Quentin Miller, and I'm going to tell you about that paperwork you had him put out, which you didn't even realize you told on yourself. When you had Quentin Miller put out, what did he put out, like a press release? I'm going to call your card today. You had Quentin Miller put out a press release, and in that press release, Quentin Miller said, and remember, Quentin Miller is a new guy being around you. He ain't been around you a long time. He said, I'm always in the studio. I see him smoke up, roll something up, and go in the booth and lay the vocals. But let me tell you something for people who don't understand the studio, because I do, bro. No rapper has a guy that could be, or people think is writing for him, in the studio directing you or standing next to you while you're in the booth, unless he's writing them lyrics. If he's writing them lyrics, he's in the studio with you, making sure the delivery's right, and making sure, in case there has to be a change, he writes it different. You told on yourself in that press release, because a lot of people don't understand the studio, but I do. No one has a new jack rapper that they don't know in the studio with them when they recording. But let me tell you something. There's not even nothing to that. It doesn't even matter. Making good music and everything, yes, is what it's about. It's the fact that you fronting now and you trying to hide it and you trying to deflect. You ain't stopping. But you can't get me off this box. You cannot get me off this radio. You hear me, bruh? Of course you want me off. Of course you don't want me on this radio. You don't like when I tell these stories. You don't like it. And let me tell you something, Drizzy. You know what you should have just done, bruh? Reference tracks came. You should have just said, bruh, I got a couple people who will help me with a couple things, and keep it moving. It don't change you. It don't change you, bro. Now, should you be in top 5? I don't believe that you should. Now, and please don't take it as disrespect. I mean, there's Hove, there's Big, there's Nas, there's Kendrick, there's J. Cole. My brother, you know what's on the line, and that's why you fighting it so much. We alright with the music. Everybody's alright with what you're doing. You're the biggest rapper in the world. If you're looking to be the biggest rapper, R&B singer, and best lyricist, that can't happen when you're not writing. Now, New York, Jersey, Connecticut, I'm not saying he doesn't write anything. I don't want to take anybody's work away from them. Yes, he writes. Yes, he writes. But there's a couple key things that he didn't. And that's just the way it is. And the school I come from, I just have a certain way of feel. I don't feel less about you. I just feel like, and look, my opinion, man, doesn't matter. Doesn't really matter. But it's just the way I feel. So I was adamant about, I don't even know if that's the right word, but I was pressing the reference tracks, yes. Because, you know, the music, the hip hop, you know, that's important. I got something that touches the heart for me with that. And if I felt like it wasn't being respected, yeah, you know, I'm going to say something. It's just my opinion. But boy, you can't get me off this box. I'm too hot. Now, I want you to do something tonight. I want you to have a good time in your little concert with the 80% high heels. Sorry, I said 70. 70% high heels. And the other guys with the sandals is going to be great. You're going to have a lot of energy. Your after party is going to be the same thing. Happy, happy, happy. But don't worry. Leave the hardcore bars to other people. And everybody's good. Stop talking about me. I could do this every night. Now, this is what we're going to do. I'm going to go to my Serato. I'm going to get one of your nice, clean, soft, mushy R&B records, and we're going to play it. Because let me tell you something. My boss can't tell me to play your records. No boss can tell me to play them. I play them because the people enjoy them, and I enjoy them as well. I'm about the music. That's first of all. So when people, all right, bruh. So let me, because I know it's gonna be hard throwing on your R&B after this. See who shot you. I got a few more stories to tell, bruh. Yes.
All right, so that's all I got. It was like 30 minutes of him talking, of me listening to it on the radio station. I want to hear you guys' thoughts on the situation, and make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Like, this is what I do, man. I post a bunch of videos talking about hip hop, world news, celebrity. This is what I do. I have a pretty good channel, and if you guys are new, you should subscribe and look forward to my videos that come out every day. Now, let's talk about this situation. I'm also going to be checking out the comments in the comment section, man. This whole thing is funny. Some reason I'm starting to see Drake get a lot of hate out there, man. Woo! Like, there's a lot of Drake hate. And what I will say about Drake is this, man. Him doing the ghostwriting thing was definitely not a good look, right? Like, that wasn't good, man. You can't call yourself the top lyricist in rap, then have someone else write your rhymes. Like, that's not good, right? That's like calling yourself the best basketball player, right? And you have someone else take your free throws and take shots for you. Like, what are you doing in that situation, Drake? It's just not a good look. And I wish he would have avoided the whole Quentin Miller thing. There was no reason that Quentin Miller should have made that many songs on If You're Reading This Is Too Late. I think Quentin had 4 songs, guys. We had Legend, right? And what were the other songs that Quentin wrote for Drake on What a Time to Be Alive? He wrote way too many songs for the guy. Now, if you guys are just now joining this stream, you guys can replay it once it ended. It's a video of Funkmaster Flex talking for about 30 minutes or so. But man, it's not looking good for Drake. Now, the bad part about this situation is that Ebro should have never told that private conversation that he had with Drake, because Drake was joking, bro. Like, he was joking about that situation when Ebro said, well, you know, Eminem may got something for you. What you gonna do? Then Drake jokingly said, you know, I got something for him. But Ebro did not present it that way. So then when that happened, Ebro put it on his show, and he did it for the views, man. He did it for the attention. And look what's happening, man. Right now, everyone's tuning in to Hot 97. And from what I've seen so far, Drake doesn't want to do interviews, right? But guess what has happened in radio the past year? 2 of the biggest stories, I guess, for Drake when it comes to radio has been him involved in drama, whether it's him beefing with Meek, and guess who profited from that? Hot 97 profited from that because they ended up playing that whack-ass Meek Mill track. And I'm not saying Meek Mill is whack, but I'm saying that track that he had against Drake, that was whack. That was horrible. I like Meek, but that track was horrible. Like, we all thought he was going to do much better than that. He let us down in that situation. But what I'm saying is, Hot 97 profited from that drama. And the same thing is happening again. They're profiting again. He won't do interviews with them, but it seems like what they're going to say is, look, if you're not going to give us interviews, if you're not going to come to our shows, we're just going to slander you for the attention. We're going to milk you one way or another. And it feels like that's what they're doing with Drake. I wouldn't say Meek is whack, man. You got to listen to some of his stuff, man. Really. I mean, I feel like there's a lot of people that are saying Meek is whack, and they haven't really listened to Meek yet. You know what I'm saying? Maybe you heard a few, maybe you heard 2 songs with him screaming on it, even though he screams on every song and talks about his rolling and stuff. But Meek isn't whack. And I think a lot of people are saying that because Drake said that. And that's people feel. Yo, Joe Budden, man. Oh my God. You know what was crazy about Joe Budden? Like, I listen to his podcast every week. I love that guy's podcast. I listen to a lot of podcasts, actually. I'll tell you guys, like, the people I watch and the podcasts I listen to. When it comes to YouTube, I watch The Breakfast Club. I watch DJ Academics. I don't get a chance to watch him, like, My freaking watch, where is it? It's like beeping. Sorry about that. It's gonna stop in a second. I don't get a chance to watch him as much as I used to, but I watch him. The Breakfast Club, Hot 97. I pretty much watch any information that I can get on hip hop or drama, whether it's celebrity, YouTube, or anything. Podcasts I listen to is the Joe Budden podcast, Brilliant Idiots, and I think that's about it. But man, I couldn't believe what Joe Budden was actually able to do that. I mean, of course, like, Joe's a great lyricist, but I didn't think he was going to get all that attention that he did, and he earned it, man. I'm not going to say that I enjoyed all of those diss tracks that he released, and I felt like it was a little bit too much. Then it got to a point where it's like, it was overkill, because what he released, 3 or 4 tracks? And Drake, let's be honest, I can't even say Drake actually released. Can you really say that No Shopping was a diss track? It's always hard to say in that situation. Where my sandals at? I got some LeBron house shoes. I don't know if those count as sandals. But yo, that's crazy though. I mean, you can't say that 80% of Drake's fans wear heels and 30% wear sandals. Like, I like Drake's music, man. I love his music. I don't wear sandals like that though. I don't got no sandals. Where your sandals at, man? Yo, you're asking why is Drake getting so much hate? Well, I mean, I'll tell you why. I mean, there's some people that don't like him, and also too, like, this is how it goes, man. Drake has been running the game. How long has Drake been running the game, man? What's that song that Drake has been running the game since You the Best? And when did that come out? 2007, 2008? Like, Drake has been running the rap game since he started. Like Wayne just gave him the freaking baton and said, take it. And Drake took it. And that's why he's getting so much hate, is because he's been running it so long, and I think people are tired of hearing him. Also, too, there's a lot of things for people to talk about. You know, he's a sensitive guy. And also, too, man, the recent beef that he had with Joe Budden just wasn't a good look for the hardcore. Now, most of the hardcore rap fans have loved Drake forever, right? But when they found out that he had ghostwriters, and when they found out all the different beefs that he would pass up on, like when Pusha T dissed him, he didn't respond to that. You know, there's been a few other times where other people have dissed him, and he didn't respond to that. But he responded to Meek. And people felt like he responded to Meek because he felt like he could beat Meek. And of course, he's going to beat Meek in that situation. He's definitely a more superior lyricist than Meek in that situation. But Meek is still good, though. People are sleeping on him. Some people say he's fake. And I'm going to be honest with you guys, man. A lot of these dudes are fake, man. A lot of YouTubers are fake, too. Like, just because, like, someone appears to be all happy and nice all the time on YouTube doesn't mean they're actually like that whenever that camera goes off or they stop recording. And these rappers, too, a lot of these dudes, you know, say they do this or do that, and they're not really doing that stuff anymore, man. You know, it's crazy. But anyway, like, what did you guys think about that whole broadcast with Funk Flex? You know, I thought it was cool. Like, I expected him to go in on Drake a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? Like, I expected him to go in a little bit more, but it was cool, though. I mean, he exposed, like, some of the things. In a way, I can tell that he didn't want to beef with Drake. Because he was kind of holding back a little bit. You know, he made jokes about his fans and stuff. And you know what the funny thing is, dog? This is the funny thing, guys. It doesn't matter what radio personality there is. They can diss Drake and Drake can diss them. But they're still going to play his music. Because his music, did you guys know that Drake's music is the most streamed over any other artist? He is the most streamed artist in the world. So it doesn't matter how much Funk Flex hates him, he has to play his music. And that's what's crazy, man. So if you're a Drake fan and you rock sandals, rock those sandals proud. Someone said, am I gonna watch the Suicide Squad? I am, man. I'm waiting on that bootleg though. Waiting on that. But yeah, I'm definitely gonna watch that, man. I'm probably gonna watch a documentary or something tonight. But Drake equals Fousey too. Oh man, I'm telling you guys, man. Trust me, man. Trust me, guys. You guys like look. I'm a YouTuber, right? I did YouTube for GTA, man. Had 500,000 subscribers, man. There's a lot of dudes that are fake behind the scenes that you really don't know, man. A lot of these dudes that are, it's crazy, man. A lot of these dudes that are happy all the time are not really that person behind the scenes. But you know, it is what it is, man. Someone goes, Dom is my favorite rapper. I can't rap, man. I'm black, but I can't rap. I'm black, but I can't dance. Like, I mean, look, my talent is YouTube videos, man. I can't sing. I can't dance. I mean, I got some rhythm, man, but I can't sing or dance, dog. I'm serious. I can't do it. But, you know what? Hey, I'll see you. I'll see you guys. Someone's posted up the freaking 70-30, man. 70-30 what? 70 hills, 30 sandals. I Crazy Teddy came in here and just said F Donald Trump. How do you guys feel about that, man? He's slandering Donald Trump, man. That's what I Crazy Teddy said. That's messed up, man. Don't you slander Trump like that. Don't you slander Trump. I'm joking, man. You do what you want. Now everyone is saying F Trump. You guys are crazy, dude. You guys are crazy, man. You guys are my MVP. But I'm going to end this stream, man, and I'll be back with some videos tomorrow. Do I wear sandals? No, I don't have any sandals. Am I black? Yes, I am. But I don't wear any sandals. I have some LeBron James. You know what? I wouldn't say they're sandals, though. They're like those, they're slides. You know, you guys know the Nike slides? Like, I got those. I guess you can call those sandals, but we don't call them sandals. We don't call them Nike sandals. We call them Nike slides. But yeah, I got some Nike slides that I wear around the house and whatnot. But yo, everyone's hating on Trump right now. Look what you started, Teddy. Everyone's like F Trump. Oh man. Yo, someone just went, Dom, you actually are live this time. Anyway, bye guys. I'll see you tomorrow. If you're new to the channel, make sure you guys subscribe. I promise you this is what I do, man. All day, every day. I love you guys. Thanks for watching.